Welcome back to A Picky Vegan. Tonight's dinner is going to be Cajun noodles with vegetables. And we have Daughter Diaries in the background. She's going to be doing most of the cooking. She found this recipe on TikTok. Listen, this girl is finding a lot of recipes to try, and I'm going, thank you, in addition to what I do on my own. So let's get started.
So we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
And our soy sauce is called No Soy, which is by Ocean's Halo.
Yes. Maybe you gotta look at the bottle if you want.
Okay.
We might add more later, but just to start, this should be enough. A little less than 1 teaspoon of pepper. You can always add more pepper later. It is very hard to try to remove this. Yeah, too much.
So you want to err on the side of caution and add less pepper than more.
Now 1 teaspoon of paprika.
Listen, when she discovers seasonings, you guys, oh my goodness, everything has either, it usually includes either seasoned salt or garlic or pepper or hot chili oil. I think that's her favorite.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on onions.
That's going to be in almost everything. And then lastly, this is the one you want to use the least of. It's cayenne pepper.
See?
Ask me how I know. Recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. That's way too much.
Yes, I vote for the teaspoon.
I was going to say half teaspoon, because we can always add more later.
That's right.
Add sriracha or Cholula instead.
Yeah, go for the small one.
Yeah. Half a teaspoon. I'm not going to try to make this super even because, again, you can just add more later if it really needs more.
Yeah, that looks like more than enough.
Yep. Now, what we are going to do to cut down the spiciness, which I love spiciness, but this was too much when I did it the first time, is we're going to add some coconut milk. And you don't taste it, especially our brand. It's a little thicker than regular milk, but it has no coconut flavor whatsoever. So it's just a dairy-free alternative.
And it's so delicious, organic coconut milk.
And typically the recipe does call for, I believe 2 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. We don't want to add sugar since we don't really use sugar that much in this household, but that would also probably cut down the spiciness. Because you're only supposed to use a splash of coconut milk, but we're going to use a little bit more. going to go ahead and turn on my pan and start heating up some butter while I stir this, since the seasoning is pretty much ready.
And we're using Earth Balance Soy Free Vegan Butter.
Yep. You're going to have to eyeball how much milk you're going to need, and also to taste. If it's too spicy, you add a little bit more of this. If it's not spicy enough, then you either add more of the cayenne pepper or sriracha or Cholula. That's up to you.
See, she's all about the spiciness, you guys.
At first I was thinking I didn't need a spoon to stir cook. I would just use the mixers, but
You want to turn that down so it does not burn?
yeah. But then I remembered I'm going to make this sauce again for when I make yours. I could have just doubled the recipe, but
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
yeah, I think it's easier to just make it twice. You could whisk this, I don't see a need to, but spoon seems to work just fine. So now that the butter is melted, we're going to add one person helping amount of spaghetti or so. This is probably enough. A little more.
Just a little more.
I'm hungry.
And you know what always happens is things always cook down.
Mm-hmm.
You put in something and it looks like it's a lot, but then once it cooks down, you be like, that's just not enough.
Yeah.
So that's when you have seconds.
Yeah. So for vegetables, we're going to add, well, for me anyway, I'm adding jalapenos, onions, bell peppers, broccoli, and spinach. And of course, we're going to add some garlic too.
Now, as if we didn't have enough pepper in there. We have cayenne pepper, regular black pepper. Now she added jalapeno peppers. Talk about spicy? Yeah, that's what happens in this household.
Okay. Well, it's sizzling. I added the raw vegetables first so I can cook kind of evenly with the pasta. The other three vegetables are already cooked, so I'll add them a little later.
Okay. All right now. Girl, all I hear is hoo-ha's.
Yeah.
That already looks good.
Yeah. Since this is a non-stick pan, I'm going to use tongs and not anything that's metal. I don't want to scratch the surface.
Not anything else, miss?
What?
Not anything else that has metal?
Well, in the end, I mean.
Yeah.
Like a fork or metal tongs. This is silicone
Mm-hmm.
in the end. Stir around a little.
I'm telling you guys, it smells really good already.
Now, typically, I add my milk in with the rest of the mixture, but usually you just add that after everything's in the pan. But
I like the way you did that. I think that's a good idea.
yeah, I mean, it's all going to be mixed in the end, so I don't think it matters too much. I think the milk not only cuts down the spiciness, but it also makes the sauce a little creamier.
Mm-hmm. Now, would you say this is an easy meal to prepare?
I think so, as long as you already have the seasonings or you buy them beforehand. And it doesn't take too long to cover some vegetables. So this is then making our like baked ziti dish,
Yes.
which takes a lot more time to prepare.
Okay.
And has more layers to it.
Right. And since we have pre-cooked quite a few of the vegetables, that makes it easy to just pull it out and then just throw it into the skillet.
Yeah, because if I had made the broccoli today, the broccoli alone takes roughly 2 hours. An hour to cut it all, and then almost another hour to cook it, based on how I do it.
Right.
And that's just the broccoli. We're not talking about the spinach
Oh,
and the
right.
peppers.
Yes.
So, but doing broccoli in a big batch like this, and then scrapping as you need saves a lot of time.
It does. And it actually helps during the week, so then we can have it with a lot of different things on the side.
Yeah. And then I like my noodles a little crunchy, so you will see me just leave it and not stir it as much. I want to burn per se, but a little crunchiness is nice.
Yes, it is.
And then now I'm actually going to add the other vegetables.
We have red and orange bell peppers, sauteed spinach with garlic,
And technically, since the spinach has garlic, I may not need to add anymore. We'll see.
and then she's adding the broccoli, the magic broccoli.
Yep, and there's a video on that coming soon.
Yes. So I'm going to put this down so they can just watch you. I'm going to get your plate.
Just want to taste it and see if it's too spicy or not spicy enough. Or
Is
maybe
it crunchy enough?
Yeah, it's not. I can see that it's not crunchy enough at all. pretty good. I don't need to add more spiciness at all.
Well, that's
It's
good.
got a good kick to it, not overbearing.
Okay.
I could add more soy sauce, but I think it's fine as it is. It just depends on how strong you want that flavor to be. Tastes good though.
So now you can just let it sit and get crunchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Let me show you guys up close with on the inside. Look at that. That just looks so healthy.
Do you want to taste it?
Mm-hmm.
That way I can know whether to change anything from yours. Whether it needs to be less.
Well, of course, mine's not going to have onions.
Yeah.
That is good. And it's not too spicy. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's got some kick. It's a little delayed.
Yeah. Compared to the first time I made it, I was in
Oh my
tears because it
goodness.
was so strong.
The first time you made it? Wow.
Because there was no coconut milk. Because I don't understand why you would have milk.
Yes.
We didn't add brown sugar, and it was the full 2 teaspoons.
Right?
It
Yeah.
was so spicy.
That was real spicy. It's like, okay, if you really want spicy, this is like spicy to the 10th degree.
Yeah, if anyone has tried the 2 times spicy noodle challenge, it's as spicy, if not a little bit spicier than that. And that's really spicy.
Yeah.
You can see it is getting a little crispy.
Yes. Oh, yes.
These are the good parts.
Yay, crunchy.
Yeah. Something else you could do too, if you want to really make sure your onions were a little crispy as well and kind of caramelized. And same with the jalapenos, is put them in the pan first, even with the butter. And then once they start getting a little bit of brown or some kind of color, then you add your spaghetti in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think mine's done.
Okay, so we're going to have you put it on the plate.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is why we use a nonstick pan.
Absolutely. So the only thing that'll be different with mine is that we will not have the onions,
Yeah.
but everything else will be there. So what I'm going to do is show you guys the finished plate and ask that you would like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and leave your comments below and let us know what you think. Will you make this dish, or have you made something that's very similar to this? Of course, she loves chopsticks. She'll be eating with chopsticks. All right. So thank you for tuning in to A Picky Vegan, and we will see you next time.